everyone. Welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this will be our viewers' questions video from leftover questions that Lisa and I couldn't finish from Tuesday, from our Tuesday live stream. So anyway, sending you big hugs. Hope everyone's doing really well. And let me bring the other camera over here and get this going. We have quite a list. Okay, hold on. Okay, so our first question is from Victoria Cleary. She's letting me know that the two Secret Service agents are disputing Cassidy Hutchinson's description of what happened inside the Beast, where Trump, grabbed the steering wheel and the guy's neck and all that. She's saying she has a sick feeling, or got a sick feeling. This is a bogus attempt to discredit Cassidy's testimony. Many people would benefit if her testimony was discredited. Do I have a feeling about it? Yeah, thanks. Maybe the Secret Service agents were bought off or intimidated. Okay, so let's set this over here, and let's see what's. Let's get a little past, present, and future on this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use Cheryl Marketi's Kipper. Okay, so let's ask if her testimony will be discredited. And were the Secret Service agents bought off and or intimidated? Well, we know she was, not bought off, we know that she was intimidated. And many others have been as well. They're encouraged to be loyal, to say the least. And then, the dark side is, the dark side of things that happen, we don't always know. But we do have Michael Cohen's book and lots of his testimony and his Mea Culpa podcast to show us exactly, or reveal to us exactly what he did for Trump. So I doubt things have changed, except for, somebody else is doing the dirty work. Okay, so let's look at let's look and see if this is gonna, if this testimony, will her testimony wind up being discredited? And then also, if we can get, without doing a separate spread, whether or not, well, actually, I do need to read it separately. Okay, so will her testimony be discredited? This, I would think, would be Trump. Wow. Okay. I kind of don't really see discreditation here. Is that a word? Is that how you say that? Leave it to me to make up new crazy words. But, I mean, this is news no one wants to get. This is a down patch. That's a gift to him. This would be support for him. I'm not going to say this is a person. This is support for him. Yeah, I mean, I remember reading on, it was a long time ago, but someone wanted to know I think it was in one of my live streams, that were any Secret Service agents actually on Trump's side? And I think we got that there were at least two of them. And it just might be these two. So being Trump, he's definitely just going to keep working on getting support that works for Trump. Ha! Secret Service that works for Trump. Okay. Now, all these cards down here are behind Trump, and he doesn't know that they're sneaking up behind him. So we can't say that this is a lot of wealth or, money coming in, because we've got the bad health and the sad news, bad message card up here. So it cancels out these two negative cards here. They cancel out these cards here, and especially with the thievery card. This card cancels this. These three cards here cancel this card out, and this card cancels this out. So there's nothing good about this wealth and gift, except for, it's a down patch that's going to keep giving and giving for him. And of course, we know his health is trash. So now with the thievery card, it's a distraction. This card has to do with distraction. It has to do with, a loss. He's going to lose something. This is sneaking up behind him. And this is about teamwork. This card to me has to do with meetings, of course, but it's teamwork and communications and negotiating between at least a couple of people. It can also be a person's club that they belong to. So his club of thieves and distractive people, and this is also my card for energy vampires and people who are lost, people who are just really negative and lost, and that's all sneaking up behind him. So you know what? I'll reshuffle to ask about if they were bought off or intimidated, but it's possible that the message is already here. But as far as will her testimony be discredited? I don't think so, because he showed up and it cancels out. It's all bad for him. This doesn't look like it's good. This doesn't look like it's bad for her. It looks like it's bad for him. Even though, of course, this news coming through is a message of concern for us. But it's just a down patch. And then all of this is sneaking up behind his back. It's kind of like a weird vicious circle where, he has these people that work for him and he thinks that he's gifted with them, but then this is sneaking up behind him and it's not good. So, okay, so let's put these cards back in here, and let me reshuffle real quick, and let's ask if they were bought off, or if they're just loyal idiots. What's the deal with these two guys, or these guys, the two Secret Service agents? What's the deal with them? What's the deal with them? Are they bought off or scared, intimidated? What has gone on? So this will be just looking at the past. Okay. Get that card again. Yeah. Yep. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Maybe even involved with Melania, because that's Melania. Okay. They've got a little bit of a future here, or this... it's interesting. Might have to add on to this question. Well, I already got that they wouldn't be discredited, or she won't be discredited. So, yeah. But this would be examining the situation, here. So as far as bought off and intimidated, well, there's support. But this is also a card, this doesn't have to be a woman. The true meaning of this card has to do with confidence. Someone you tell your secrets to and they're safe. Yeah. Anything that concerns him, even his hopes and dreams and visions, he tells them what he wants. And even Melania, she's involved in that whole thing. That's so weird. It's like she knows what's going on somehow. Or they maybe during that time, now there's another little backstory. That day, Melania was really worried about safety considerations. And it's possible that this would be Melania's mother, because her mother is foreign, of a foreign descent, and interesting. I don't know if Melania is much of a drinker or person who uses drugs, but that's what this card can be about as well. So, and it could be that they were the ones that drove her around as well, and the parents. So there's another little weird backstory there. But as far as being bought off, well, definitely with gifts, and it could be, I wonder, the house card in the Kipper, it's definitely a person's house. They're, all of their material possessions, and we do have the gift here. But it's a deceptive gift. It's not a clean gift. And of course, right? To at least one of them, but this could be the card for both of them. So yeah. Their work involved, now this is also a card of security, but it's a clannish card as well. Yeah. So I would say they have been bought off. They have been bought off, but, well, you know what, you guys, this is another, forget about anything legal for a moment. And another one of the major, keywords, leave out adjudication. This is one of the other keywords with this card is a demand. So it was part of the work demand that they support him in all these deceptive ways, and he didn't care what it would be. It would be whatever he said, And they're just totally into it, because this is all about, dangerous people, enemies, and him needing that loyal support and wisdom all the time. And this is also a card of strength. So he would pretend he's really strong, and then again, this would be the strength of the Secret Service agents too. And it's like when I was doing Trump's July reading yesterday, it's it's pretty obvious that from what the lady on the news, the FBI agent that was on the news in the early in the morning, I heard it yesterday, she was saying that the way it should have gone down, or if it went down a different way, we wouldn't be sitting in what we're in now, because if they would have just did what he wanted, they would have all been stopped. So they were actually, trying to protect him by not driving, not taking him to the Capitol like he wanted. He wanted to be taken to the Capitol. So there's that protective kind of, protection on another level, like protective wisdom. Because they knew they'd be stopped. And then maybe they were afraid too. So let me make sure these cards are all upright, and then I'll move on to our next question. Let's see. Unless I end up using the tarot or something. Jeff's question is next. He wants to know if I can read on the past life, present, and future with, and the forces in motion for Sarah HuckaSanders. What were you guys calling her the other day? Sarah HuckaSanders or something? Sarah Huckabee? Sarah Huckabee, that's what it was, I think. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to use tarot with her? Yeah, maybe so. Okay, let's do that. Let's just use the regular old Rider-Waite. Sarah HuckaSanders. Stephen Colbert calls her. What is, okay, so what's the truth about this? What's her past life? What's presently hanging over her? And what's her future? And then currently the forces in motion and her challenges. Sarah Huckabee. Okay, she's right. She's running for governor. Governor, is it in Wyoming? I can't remember. Oklahoma? Arkansas? I don't know. But anyway, we'll look at all of it. Okay. So the forces in motion. Well, she's seen and heard and recognized. Her biggest challenge at this time, Ace of Cups. People aren't feeling it. She doesn't feel things. She's numb. Okay. Let's look at her past lives. Her past lives that are still affecting this lifetime. So it would be, I would think, one of the most recent. Okay, here. Yeah, she knows how to make things happen. Yep, she knows how to turn the wheel of fortune, get it going. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's do 2 cards for presently. What's hanging over her? Interesting. Sure have a lot of majors so far. Okay, and then let's look at her political future. Well, if the personal wants to come in, we can look at that too. But let's look at Page of Cups. Hanged Man. Wow, that's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Just for the heck of it, let's see what was on the bottom. Come on. These 2. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. So let me get up framed up here. Hopefully this all fits. I was just kind of drawing cards, hoping they'll fit. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good. All righty. So, just like I said, she's being recognized. She's having some victory. People see her. But they're just not totally feeling it. When the Ace of Cups comes through reversed or in a challenge position, it has to do with bad news. It has to do with feeling kind of empty inside, emotionally, and some kind of pain at least. And then sometimes it brings in like something being, because, straight up, it's like you've got it all going on. There's at least an opportunity for a relationship and for happiness and love. But when it's reversed, it's like, no, we're just going to hold all that down. And so sometimes it can bring in cancellations of some type. Now, in her past life, past lives that are still affecting this one, she is kind of, controlling, to say the least. With the Magician, it's like you're being in your leadership, and you've got your willpower going on, and you're developing yourself as someone who's individuated, but I don't know. It's about manifesting, of course, and knowing you have all the tools within. The Wheel of Fortune can be, like turning points in your life. Like, it looks to me like in her past lives, she was pretty happy, and she knew how to make things happen. And she was in some type of a leadership position. I kind of don't feel she was a woman, but that's neither here nor there. But Ace of Wands is like, somebody someone in control, and they've had good opportunities and good, like, the life forces flowing freely. I do feel like she was a man. I don't feel at all that she was female in her last lifetime. Okay, and then with the Three of Wands, there's still progress that she's, put things out there, and she expects to have, she has like good expectations for things to come back in, right? It's even a card of like good, like, besides success, you're like looking forward to things, and there's travel and, foreign lands and all of that. They're not negative cards. They honestly aren't. Yeah, but she was, she was one of Trump's head liars for him, right? Boy, she knew how to twist it around. I think that's what the Magician's all about here. And I didn't allow for reversals, but yeah. But then again, this does make sense, because it would be someone like her who thought, she could just make it happen, and she definitely did. She made it happen for herself until she got the heck out of there, or I don't remember why she left. You guys have to remind me. I forget. So what's hanging over her now is she's still in her, she's in her willpower. She's still trying to make it happen. But does she follow like the middle way that's honest? I don't think so. The World card here might be that she's just completed something in this cycle of incarnations where she did what she came in to do, which was to try and be more empowered and put herself out there, and she did it. She did it. Now, was she honest? Well, I don't think so. And here's her political future. Looks awful. Right? I mean, look at that. I mean, the Page of Cups is like, it's kind of creative. It can be a little narcissistic. And what's that stinky fish about in that cup? Always makes me wonder about that. Sometimes it's a card of just, your hopes and wishes and your dreams. But they're put on hold because with the Hangman, she's having to consider life from a whole new perspective. And there needs to be some surrender, some letting go. It's there's nothing certain about this card at all. It's often a card of just, okay, I gotta look at it over here, and you're in limbo, and you don't know what's going on. This is a card of nightmares. The Nine of Swords is nightmares, regrets, major problems, where she's stuck in your head, spinning around and spinning around. And then with the Nine of Wands, this is all about feeling defensive and kind of beat up, but then she's probably has some courage, but there's still just an ongoing battle going on with this card. And it's often a card of setbacks. All right? Because it's not the Ten of Wands yet. You're not there. You're still working it. You're defended. It's like my Wounded Warrior card, you know. So that doesn't seem so good. And then again, about that, what was at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups and the Star, I don't think she'll give up hope. She's just, politically, it's not going to go well for her. But maybe she has kids and she's a mom and she's happy that way. Or maybe she's happy with her mother. Or maybe she knows how to love herself and nurture herself in some ways. And then she just brings in her, her hope that carries her through in some way, that she has more faith in herself. Because this card is all about, healing, right? The Star's all about healing and having a good future. So maybe it's as a mom. I don't know. Okay, interesting. That's a great question, Jeff. Thank you. All right, so let's see. The next one is from Pegasus. Hi, Pegasus. I know her on Facebook as Peg Owens, and I love her posts. Okay, she wants to know what is up with the reports of an uptick in people registering Republican with all that is being revealed. Is this true or GOP propaganda? Okay, I'll just go ahead and use a kipper for this. Let's see what we can get with 5 cards. Is it really true? Is there an uptick in people registering Republican? Is that true? I'll tell you what I heard in a second after I draw the cards. That's interesting. Okay, got to keep going. Well, I heard no, that it's not true. But these cards have a little bit of a backstory. Let's see what was at the bottom of the deck. Reputation. Lots of teamwork around their reputation. GOP. Well, this is our card for politics in the context of this question. This is change. I don't know who this main female is because I wasn't asking for a man or a woman, or wasn't asking about any certain man or woman. If I had to, I guess I would put it into the context of receptive energy, or maybe more women. Maybe it's more about the feminine. Interesting. Okay, this is no good. I mean, this is it's usually like sad news, and it's all about disappointment and things you don't want to hear, And it's also a card of, it's a lot like the Hanged Man, in that you're having to let go of something. Now, you know what? It's also a card of psychological issues. Something wrong, some neurosis. The Great Fortune card, it's usually hard to make this card bad, honestly, because it's all about success and happiness and opportunity at the least. It's kind of like the Nine of Cups in the tarot. So reports of an uptick in people registering Republican. So I don't know who this woman is. Is it somebody on Fox News? Or is it someone spreading this? Whoever she is, she's got problems. And there's change. She's trying to create change, but she's coming from neurosis and some psychological issue. And then, but there's this bond to her political party. This would be the GOP. And, it knights to this political party, knights here. These two cards together is like, kind of incestuous. In combo here. Because with the family room, this is your immediate family. But it's also where a person feels safe. So that brings in another weird element. It's often my card of something, like within, 1 day to a month, as far as timing goes. But this weird, this could be like the whole evangelical, Taliban kind of a thing. Yeah, this is kind of twisted. And it's like spinning there in these inner recesses of psychological issues. And, this feels churchy to me. All of this is political church. It's like church is supposed to be separate. State and church are supposed to be separate. But they're trying to bring in their own agenda. So, yeah, and then their reputation. They're trying to raise their reputation. I don't have any cards to show that it's not true. But the important thing to remember is that there are way more registered Democrats than there are Republicans. And there will be even more. In fact, you know what? Here, I can remember these cards that I drew this morning. My friend Victoria, she emailed me because she was really concerned about, the Roe v. Wade and overturn and LGBTQ rights. Are they? Let's see. And so my question in my head immediately went to, is this just going to make them vote harder? Are we all just going to be voting? Because the way Trump got in, now remember, so here's how it went. 57% of people, of registered Democrats, didn't vote. And then a bunch of Republicans, a lot of people just didn't vote. And then we had some new people that voted for Trump because, they're just deluded. Oh, here's the cards I had. Hold on. Where's the other one? This one. Okay. So anyway, it was like this perfect storm. And then we had the problem with Russian influence, right? And so that's how he got in. And then once he got in, he packed the lower courts with 200 Republican judges, and he put he put in Amy Coney Barrett, he put in Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, and who was the other one? Oh my God, I've lost my mind. Who was the other? Or maybe there was one already there. Oh my goodness, I can't even, I've lost it. But anyway, that's why we have this 6-3 thing right now. But back to the question was, this morning I was asking, it was yesterday morning, I was asking, where is this going to lead us? You know, this Roe v. Wade being overturned, and the threat of losing birth control, and the threat of just all these issues, and you know, human rights, basic human rights. And my question was, is all of this going to create? I was asking yes or no question. These three are yes cards, but it paints a story. And notice all the blue. And my question was, is this going to get more people out to vote than ever before, at least by 2024? And will the Democrats take back the House and the Senate in such a strong way that there's no problem, that we don't, you know, we can pass new laws and make things work? And I got three yes cards. This is your solidly in. We're solidly in. This is blue. This is recovery and a gift, the gift of recovery. And this card means a lot. And I kind of like the little, you know, vote ticket right here, right? So yeah. So for sure, I believe that we're gonna get everything back. It's just gonna be a battle, and if this is what it takes to get people up and voting, then fine, you know. Because remember, Biden won by what, 70 million? What wasn't it? 70 million extra or something? I can't remember, but maybe it was 7 million. So okay, so next question is CC Ryder wants to know. How does Fox News management feel after today's testimony? Oh, so she's talking about after Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony. How does Fox News management, how does the management feel after today's testimony? And then she's saying Fox host Brett Baer said testimony was extraordinary. Okay. But how's the management feeling? How's Rupert? God, what a name. You know, if you've got that much money, wouldn't you maybe change your name? Rupert? Reminds me of, what's that? Oh my goodness, I've totally lost it. Steve Martin. Steve Martin in The Jerk. Remember The Jerk? Oh, that was Cousin Rupert. That's right. Okay. All right. Got to reel myself back in here. Squirrel. Anyway, how's Rupert Murdoch and the other guys in charge? How are they feeling after Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony? How are they feeling? Well, there's a lot of despair. This is like the Nine of Swords and the Tarot, but worse. And this would be Rupert Murdoch himself. Okay. And the supportive men behind Rupert Murdoch. And they're trying to think of ways to deceive. They're feeling that they need to evade. They need to be supportive with information out there, a lot of information out there, to cheat, to be dishonest, because they're the enemy. They are the enemy. Yeah. But right here, that's all we needed, right there. Yeah, so they're not happy. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so the last question, Deanne DFL Rocks wants to know, will Biden's G7 meetings prove beneficial for U.S. economy and trade? Yeah, okay. Let's see about that. Will it eventually work out to be beneficial for our USA economy and trade? He's doing everything he can to get get Ukraine back on track too. So that should even help the world's food situation. And okay, economy. Here for the USA. What will be the outcome from Biden's meeting, or G7, all the meetings? Okay, so strong bonds. Well, some of the bonds are tricky. Okay, let me keep going here. Something new, even though something small, but something new. Some new ways. Oh, some new ways of working. Okay, let me do another row here, and then this would be Biden. This would be the G7. There's some deception going on with change. But then we do have success. Okay. Okay, so in the center here, there's something new. It could just be kind of intriguing, but this is my card of deception and kind of evading the matter. Not everybody's on board. He might be a little deluded himself, not to say anything bad about him, but he's not an economical expert. He's great at foreign relations, and I think he's grown into being a sweetheart of a guy. And he's doing his best, and he might just have been the best guy for the job currently. And, it's been clean up on aisle 45. But he's down here at the bottom, and all this is behind his back. So, and I'm thinking what this is telling us is that there's somebody within the G7 that's not. They're saying that they're on board. They're saying that they'll work. They're saying that they're bonded. They're saying that they're in partnership, but they're lying. So somebody at the G7 is lying. Okay, so these are the cards here. But then change in the future, it moves forward into success. This card is major success. It's the end of problems. It's a successful outcome, especially to land in this position. And that's the change headed in that direction. But he doesn't know that he'll probably find out later. Let's see, what else could this could just be somebody who's jealous. And sometimes this card is nothing more than just, because look at the guys with the mask back here, and looks like maybe Halloween or some other weird thing going on. It can just be a little bit of intrigue. Like he's not really sure. But I like having this is a card of focusing hard on the details and doing the work. It's a lot like the Eight of Pentacles in the tarot. But it's kind of challenging because it's the grind, right? It's the grind. And then having the bad health card in here, and in the context of this question is just that we're in a down patch. The USA is in a down patch of, our economy is it's just in a down patch. We've got runaway inflation, but it will level off, even though, we've had to raise, Janet Yellen had to raise, what do you call them? The interest rates. Or was it Janet? No, Jerome Powell. Sorry. I got my peeps mixed up. But this doesn't have to be anything more than just, it's a downtime. We're kind of weak. Then the G7 bonds are kind of weak. Even though, and some of them are new, some of them are, there might be something tricky going on, but it's not that bad. It's not the thievery card. This is a lot. This is like the Fox card in the Lenormand, where something's just wrong, and you don't really know yet how to work it. But I like these at the end. This shows recovery, and like I said, really good outcome, successful outcome. And then on another funny level, this just might be that, there's some countries that just love the USA and, at the G7. And because this can be a card where, people are actually really getting along well. And the pigeons here, this could be like doves of peace or white pigeons. I'm not sure. I'm totally sure what those little guys are there. But, pigeons mate for life, and there's nothing wrong with peace, right? We all want peace, and that's what the G7's about. So, eventually, Deanne, I would say it will prove beneficial, and the change can be with supply demand, transportation issues that will wind up working themselves out. But right now it's a grind. But it will work itself out. And we don't know how yet. I would imagine that when the war in Ukraine's over, it's going to change so much. And when COVID's completely, I see tons of people running around without masks on. I'm still wearing mine, but I guess I'm just the weirdo, I watched all the marches going on over the last weekend after the Roe v. Wade, overturn for the states. And I didn't see many people with masks on. Maybe I'm wrong, but you guys let me know. So anyway, but yeah, Biden's here with this downtime kind of hanging over him, but he's got strong bonds, even though there's something tricky, something's a little weird, but eventually everything's going to be okay. I just, when it comes to timing, I'm gonna guess 6 months to a year. We should be pretty good. We'll see. Let me see if I can get some timing on that real quick, because it's the last question. Let's see. When can the USA expect to have this runaway inflation recovered and stopped? When will we be recovering economically? When will things be better? Show me the process. I'll go ahead and do 10 cards, and let's see the process and how it's going to go. Okay. Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, as far as timing goes, well, I'm going to read this both ways. So right here in the middle, we have change. And change that's coming through because of good decisions, change that's coming through. Now, I'm thinking that this would have to do with the Fed, what's the dude's name? Jerome Powell, all of that. The Fed being in charge, and the reputation is good. These are good. We have nothing but good cards here, so that really strengthens the flow and the gift and the support. Let go of the people cards. Although this could have something to do with Janet Yellen, or this could also just be the divine feminine that helps bring in the abundance and the change. And it's about receiving. And then with this courthouse here, this could be some new discovery that comes through that helps us, make the change. The change is discovering that our reputation matters, that we can look up, that we can with our ambitions, we can achieve what we're set out to, what our goals are. This is a card of being recognized. That's cool. This looks to me like generating a lot of income. But moving up to a higher level, That's cool. And it's good for children, too. If we could take care of our kids, not the way the GOP wants it, but the way we want it. This card is all about assets, security, real estate, our heritage. It's secure and very, very, very stable. This tells me real estate. Real estate will be booming. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And the strong bonds, like I was saying before, the teamwork, the partnerships. This could even be, and this is a funny little side note, but just these two cards together could be like your roommate or someone you own a home with. The home prices have got us to that place, though, right? Where we're having to, have roommates and share. A lot of people that's what they do. Just, a few people go in and buy a house together and rent out all the rooms. Okay, so, but as far as the timing, this doesn't take long. This is just so old and stable. These are cards of quickness, something quickening. Reconciliation, forgiveness. Trying to remember what the other keywords were with this card. Reconciliation, maybe with our wise elders. Change moves really quick. It's one of the quick. It's definitely a movement card. Movement here, movement here. I really do feel that it's between 6 months to a year. So we're in July as of today. So let's give it past Christmas and move us into 2023 and then into the summer of 2023. I'm thinking we'll be okay by then. So we just got to hang in there. These cards are great, though. And so was the first 10. So I'm not worried about it. We just have to hang in there and be creative and support each other best we can, too. So, okay, well, that's it. Thanks, you guys, for all your great questions. Take good care. Bye.